Look, I think Cork do need to pick up a win or two just for their confidence, and Waterford would obviously be happy to get a couple of victories as well.
Can I just ask you?
Yeah.
I thought this was really interesting and strange, I have to say, that Pat Ryan said after the Kilkenny game that they hadn't thought one bit about next year, about the league next year. They hadn't thought one bit about ramifications or anything like that. Like,
Can they afford to?
Afford to not think about it?
Well, no. Can they be concerning themselves with next year? They're not just living hand to mouth week to week because they need to try and have the team in as good a spot as possible come championship this summer and next year be damned.
I take your point, but I don't think anyone on the Cork board will be too happy with them being in 1B next year and very, very low attendances coming into their newly sponsored ground and little or no televised league games from Division 1B next year.
What if they ended up having a terrible league? Like 2013, didn't they go into a relegation playoff with Clare in league? They both ended up in All-Ireland final. Let's say they have a terrible league, get relegated, but because they've sort of minded their resources now and not forced back the likes of Mullins, Cunningham, and we'll say Robbie O'Flynn back from injury, and they end up taking a few beatings and they get relegated, but it allows them to time themselves nicely for Munster and All-Ireland. Like, they'll get the attendance next year because they're All-Ireland champions and people are coming in to watch them. It doesn't matter. There's
a fair few ifs and buts there now. I just don't think after not getting out of Munster last year, I don't think they can afford to have, not the public against them, but for that, like, I think they need to keep the ball rolling. They'll be happy with third. I think third will be fine and just be in 1A next year and not have any negative connotations going into the league. I do think it's important that they don't end up in 1B because I just don't. It's a little